down east is not everything east of I-95. Down east is actually a small group of communities, basically from east of Beaufort all the way to Cedar Island. That is the true down east of North Carolina.
My name is Henry Styron. I go by Farmer. I've had that name for a lot of years, and I've lived on Cedar Island full time now for about 75 years. Now, of 30 years, I was on and off because I was in the U.S. Coast Guard.
My name is Jay Styron. I am originally from Cedar Island, North Carolina. I've been with UNCW for about 35 years now. I am the Associate Director for Marine Operations. So I oversee all of our research vessels, research diving, and aquaculture.
We have a lot of people that come now on the island. Cedar Island has been discovered, if you would. A lot of the old home places are being sold and people move in. And they don't move in they don't come from Wilmington to Cedar Island. They don't come from Beaufort to Cedar Island. They come from Iowa to Cedar Island, Pennsylvania to Cedar Island, New York to Cedar Island, and so forth. And they don't view the water the same thing that we do. They build their homes on the water. They have no consideration because if they've never seen a hurricane, they think everything's going to be real tranquil and calm all the time, and it's not. And I've got a profound respect for my ancestors that lived here and worked here. But the people that move in don't share that. And I can understand that because they're not from here. Their thing is, I want a place on the water, and right now, Cedar Island looks like a great place. Prices are high, but not that high. So we're going to move down there. And if we don't like things, we're going to change them.
Because we are right on the water and have been on the water for generations and generations and generations, we understand hurricanes and strong weather and realize that the land itself will change after every hurricane.
If you go down on the lower end of Cedar Island and see the erosion that's taking place, some of my people have told me, look out there, Farmer. Out there half a mile, that's where I used to plant my garden. That's what's changed.
Change is part of the geologic process, is just part of it that I think we readily adapt to a little bit better than others. The biggest thing that's happening is other people are moving in, and good or bad, that does change your culture because they're bringing in ideas and ways of doing things that aren't how it has been done traditionally, and how the community has evolved is, I'm not saying it's bad, it's just different.
I guess I'm considered prejudiced. I think as we lose our identity on Cedar Island, as the population shifts from natives to people that move in, at some point in time, the people that are moving in are going to overpopulate the people that's been here all their lives. And I think you're going to see a big dramatic change on Cedar Island and Harkers Island and Ocracoke and almost every place up and down the coast.
Every coastal area has people moving there that aren't from there originally. So they're moving from places where their weather and their land masses are pretty stable. So they're not used to a hurricane coming through and washing away 50 feet of sand in front of their beach house that they just bought, and can understand why that happens. Whereas more local people realize that's just part of the whole process of the coast. That's how the coast has evolved to change. It's never meant to be a static feature. And I think a lot of people are trying to make it a static feature or can't understand why, whether you want to call it climate, weather, whatever, why it can't stay at one particular way.
It was a great place to grow up. but it's changing so much. It's changing so rapidly. You go down on the island, you see a house going up here and a house going up there. You can ride up to the ferry terminal and look to the west. That'll be, if you ride towards the ferry, it'll be down to your left. Multi-million-dollar homes there, where there was nothing before.
I knew from a young age I was going to be involved in marine science at some level. A lot of kids join Boy Scouts and they go on camping trips and all the things like that. Well, I got to just do that in real life and go out and hunt and fish and do all these other things that a lot of kids had to go to summer camp for. That was my life all the time.
Generations change after generations. My generation is going to be gone in a few years. And nobody will remember about Long Lost Sam, or nobody will remember about the pony pennants that we had. And nobody will remember half a mile out there is where my garden was at. So it's good to have things like this documented, though. It really is.